So let's now install the extension and see how it looks. So I'm going to select it, limit browsing, this one, click select, and it will be installed. And as you can see on installation, it's going to welcome me, it's going to give me this message, welcome to limit browser or browsing extension. Okay, and as you can see, it has been installed, and this is the icon that I have added. And on the right upper side, this is the icon. If I click on it, as you can see, you will see all of the HTML tags added in the extension. But of course, this is ugly. It doesn't look very good at all. It looks terrible. Therefore, we want to add some CSS to make it look much better than this and give the user an outstanding user experience. Let's do that. So in our project, inside the popup.html, I'm going to here create a tag called style. And then inside it, we are going to add all of the CSS styles for these tags. Let's start with the main div. First of all, the main div, I'm going to give it a width so that all tags inside it look much better than this. So here, I'm going to give it a width of at least 400. If you want to increase, you can increase over that. I would recommend up to 600, no more than this. But I found that 400 is perfect. And the next thing is the H2, the title. The title, I want the title to be centered in the screen, and I want it also to have a nice color than the normal color. So here I'm gonna here use the ID selector and then title, and then I'm going to use the text align and then center, and I'm going to also give it a color of 683 FF3, and this is amazing color. Next we have the input. The input is pretty simple. All we need to do, in my opinion, is that we just need to center it on the screen. So in order to do so, I'm gonna use again the selector, session, period, input, and then I'm gonna give it a width of, and I'm gonna give it a width of 50, and I'm gonna also change it to be a block. I don't want it to be inline tag. I want it to be a block to take the complete screen, the complete raw. Therefore, I'm going to use the display and then block. And also we need a margin of 0 and auto so that it's centered on the screen. And finally, I'm going to use padding of 5 so that we give better user experience. And the next thing is the container, the buttons container, which holds all of these buttons. Container, and I'm going to use a margin top of 20 so that there is some space between the buttons container and the input. Next, we want to add designs for these buttons so that they are situated next to each other, not above one another. So here I'm going to use first for the start session button. All of them will have the same design except for the background color. I'm going to only change the background color, but all CSS code that I'm going to add for the start session will also be added for the next two, for the remove session as well as for the get session info. So I'm going to first use a background color, add a background color of 4F4A98. And you can change these colors if you wish, and the text color will be white. Let's also add some border to solid white. I'm going to also add a border radius of 33% so that we give we give the shape of the button some circle shape around the edges, around the four corners. Padding of 10, and margin, we don't need a big margin, only 5. And for the font size, let's give it a font size of 12. And font weight as well, bold. Text decoration of none. And finally, the most important thing is the display. The display, we want it inline block, not block, because it's originally block, but we want it inline block so that all of these buttons are aligned next to one another. So next, what I need to do is just copy the code here and change the background color for the remove session as well as the get session info. I'm gonna copy the content from the start session and paste it inside the remove session. And I'm gonna just change the background color to something else. 983072. You can change this if you wish. And also the get. Again, I'm gonna copy the whole content here and paste it inside the get session info. And I'm gonna change again the background color to. So we pretty much have everything done here. Let's save and see how it looks now.